In for Sonia Hill. You know, in May, the Troubleshooters brought you an exclusive special report on allegations of grade changes that involve students from Coastal Bend College's LVN nursing program.
Yeah, of course, that was just last month, and those stories also highlighted the culture of fear and intimidation that some faculty and administration says exists at the school. Action 10's Annie Lascano is here with an update on this explosive story that you broke last month.
Oh, thanks, guys. Today we're going to hear from the Vice President of Academics, because in the days following our reports, the college issued an online rebuttal, and then they put this Vice President of Instruction and Economic Development on administrative leave. So tonight, for the first time on camera, that Vice President tells the Troubleshooters what she believes is going on at Coastal Bend College. Dr. Matilda Saenz remembers walking into her office on the Coastal Bend College's Beeville campus on May 29th, 2 weeks after our reports had aired. Her school-issued computer was missing.
And my first thought was, it's burglary or theft.
Turns out, College President Dr. Beatriz Espinosa had authorized Saenz' computer be confiscated.
I was escorted off campus.
And while Saenz admits being escorted off campus didn't feel good, it didn't come as a total surprise either.
And I believe, because I spoke out about that, and I spoke with you, that she's retaliating against me and put me on administrative leave.
Saenz adds that one reason she was given for being put on leave was violation of the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. In other words, sharing students' personal information by disclosing LVN nursing student grade changes to us.
I did not disclose any of that to a third party, being that I think she thinks I disclosed them to you.
Let me be very clear that these allegations are unfounded and without merit.
A week after our reports aired, the college responded in this video released on its Facebook page.
Changes processed and stamped by the registrar's office without faculty signatures. Changes that were made by the registrar's office had authorized signatures and followed the item analysis as per CBC policy and as stated in the Texas Board of Nursing guidelines.
Those transcripts with those illegal or fraudulent grade changes, the students' transcripts right now, I would say they're in jeopardy. They're not valid because those grade changes were not done correctly.
According to the Vice President, they weren't done correctly because as the college's chief academic administrator, she didn't authorize them.
No one ever asked me. The president never called me in. The registrar never asked, why didn't you sign these? Total silence.
Item 4. Grades were changed with as much as 13 points in several instances. The average grade change for the item analysis was 2 points.
Saenz responds that even if the grade changes were just 2 points, as the college says, they are final course grades, and in Saenz' words, that's huge. Saenz tells us she has 40 years' experience as an administrator and educator. She says Espinosa hired her in 2013 as a consultant for the college, and then again in June of last year as the CBC's Vice President of Instruction and Economic Development. Yet on May 25th of this year, a frustrated Saenz says she filed 27 grievances against the college.
Fraud, illegal activity, using personal vans, college vans for personal use. The fraud, to me, the grade changes are fraud.
She says they were all dismissed by the college's Human Resources Office and the Board of Trustees because they were, quote, untimely.
Instead, a climate of intimidation and fear exists in this college, substantiated by the daily blatant attempts to hide truth, to breed corruption, and to exclude the truth from the taxpayers and citizens of the county. The daily operations of our college.
When Dr. Saenz tried to address the CBC's Board of Trustees and President Espinosa at a regularly scheduled meeting June 19th, board member Martha Warner walked out. And as Saenz continued speaking, the school's Director of Public Safety, Kevin Baer, walked right in front of her and called police. Saenz confirmed no charges were filed against her. She has filed more grievances against Espinosa and now suspects grade changes may have been going on much longer, yet no one's blown the whistle.
It's these administrators that have gone wild, really, without any supervision and think they're above the law. Literally, they think they're above the law and no one can touch them. So that has to change. It really has to change.
And there's more. As our stories air, people are contacting us with additional information relating to Dr. Saenz' comments. We're talking to them, checking out what they have to say, and we'll have that for you soon. As for the college, they're standing by their comments in that edited video statement on their Facebook page. Andy Lascano, Action 10 News.
Andy, thank you. We are following a developing story out of the Washington, D.C. area tonight where there has been another mass shooting. At least 5 people are dead and several others are badly injured after they were shot inside the Capitol newspaper building in Annapolis, Maryland. Initial